Now, at first, this looks like there's something very good going on here, but can you explain?
It doesn't.
I mean,
What setup?
I mean,
Does it look like something really good is going on?
you know, there's snow and ice on this road.
Yes.
How, like, can you just tell people what that is?
That is a tiller.
Yeah, it's like an earth tiller that you use.
Yeah, you use it to basically when you're on a farm, you till the land to get the dirt aerated and then you plant the seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
He's tilling the snow.
It's not doing anything.
Yes.
Because it's not designed to cut through the ice. So there's a layer of snow, but then there's ice underneath there. And what they're trying to do is clear the road, obviously. This is what happens when you don't have a very effective form of government. And I'll be quite honest with you. China's just not very well equipped to deal with the snow.
No.
Have you noticed?
Yeah, I lived in the snowy area and it was disaster.
You know, when they salt the roads, I've seen they literally have a guy sitting on the back of a pickup truck, like with his hand throwing the salt out and things like that.
When I lived up north in China, there was a dusting of snow. Cars were it was like watching ballet because it's quiet, you know, when the snow deafens all the sound.
Yeah.
And the cars are just like spinning around. People are slipping downstairs. Everything's like marble.
Yeah.
All like especially like government buildings.
Yeah.
Just people are falling down the stairs
It's
left
terrible.
and right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anyway, so that's kind of comical.
This guy's
Tilling the snow, yeah. Oh, dude, you should have put this at the end.
No, I wanted
to.
I thought about this.
All right.
I did this deliberately. What you're going to see is the disaster of the snow problem, right?
Yes.
But what I want you to have in mind the entire time is that the priority of every single disaster in China is to get CCP officials, Chinese government officials, out there to do propaganda videos and like video shoots about how bad it is and how they're helping the poor people.
What this is it's a smoke screen, right?
Of what you're about to see.
So that if anybody gets exposed to the bad of what's happening out there, they'll have on TV relentless coverage of how the police are helping and the government stepping in to help. But in order to do that, they have to create fake propaganda because they can't actually just go out and film them doing it because they're not doing it.
Because they don't do it.
They're not doing it.
You don't do it.
So what you see here is this typical idea of the government helping. So they have to throw snow to make it look like the conditions are bad, right?
They're giving a little package to the poor trapped truck driver.
What he's doing is, look, he's giving him hot water. He's got a flask.
Oh, that's a flask.
And the traffic police person, government person there is pouring in this hot water so that the truck driver can make instant noodles and stuff.
Probably make him give it back.
Yeah, probably. They're probably like, you know... Look at the fact that first of all, the officer's standing on like some blocks over there. I don't know if that's a block of ice or what, but they had to like set this whole thing up, you know?
It's like a crate or something.
It's ridiculous. So it's all set up to film, to make it look like, so that, you know, when they're showing it on TV during the Chinese New Year Gala and stuff, look at how the government is helping all the people that are struggling to get home for Chinese New Year.
Also, there's some context here.
Yeah.
The context is that you understand you could just censor the whole thing, but you can't censor the weather. People can look outside or they know they couldn't get to work or they know that they're trapped, right? Yeah. You can't hide that. If you have millions of people saying, oh, I'm trapped in the snow.
Yeah, which is why I was saying we should probably show the other clip first.
No, I understand, but I think it's important that people understand going into this, the reason that we have footage of this stuff is because people were sharing it.
Yeah.
The priority of the government is to show how much they're helping the people.
Yes.
Right.
So hot water is very important, and the reason it's very important is because people have been trapped in their cars for days.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And when you're trapped in cold weather like this in your car for days, you can die. Not only can you just die of exposure and whatnot, but you can die of starvation and thirst.
Yeah.
The hot water is so that people can make instant noodles. Let's take a look. What you can see here are people stuck on the roads. Now, reportedly, when this footage was taken, the people in this particular, you can see on the side, had already been stuck on the road for 3 days.
That's insane.
Right? Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
And you can see how long it goes on for. And of course, this is not just in one particular place. This is in various places around the country that people get stuck. And again, you saw the picture of the guy with the earth tiller trying to close the roads. It's because China's not equipped to deal with this kind of thing properly.
No.
So they don't have effective ways of fixing...
You can see they're using a backhoe.
Yeah, look at this guy scraping it up with his TLB over there or whatever it is. His excavator. That's not how you clear the snow. Why not just get like a snowplow? They don't have them, right?
No.
So people get stuck, and there's nothing they can do until the incompetent authorities and local villages or whatever manage to clear the road.
You remember the whole fallacy about, oh, China's got everything planned 50 years ahead. They don't, and they react to everything immediately.
Yes.
There is no contingency plan.
No.
There's very poor emergency response. Remember what happened with the flooding in Beijing? All those people died. And instead of helping, they just censored the bridge.
Yeah.
Like they put up barriers so people couldn't look at the people drowning.
Yeah.
It's like that's the priority, right?
So first of all, the government's not equipped to handle the ice and the snow on the roads. They don't know how to clean it efficiently. They don't know how to salt the roads properly or do anything correctly.
Yeah.
And second of all, the commuters that are now going back to their hometowns also are not equipped to deal with the cold. They've never driven in the snow or ice before. They don't know how to deal with this situation.
Nope.
They're wholly unprepared. And so
Other transports locked up too, like high-speed rails.
High-speed rail, that stuff. Now, enterprising locals that live near where these people are all stuck have been coming and selling hot water and selling instant noodles and stuff
and
to
dumplings.
people, and dumplings and whatnot. Now, of course, the Chinese government has been trying to spin it as if there's some kind of altruistic thing going on, that people are helping each other.
And there is some help for sure, but they're they're ignoring the sheer amount of people that are profiting off of tragedy.
People are helping, but of course they're not going to trudge through the snow unless they can make some money out of it.
For sure.
Like, you know.
Especially remember the whole stranger culture, right?
Yeah.
There will be people that know people that will go out to help them. And
Yes.
You call your friends or your family.
Yeah.
But the average person is going to, if they're stuck too and they have a way to get food, they're going to try to profit off of it. It's just how it works, right? And you don't help strangers in China.
Yeah.
Right? By and large.
Yeah, by and large. So, I mean, the thing is, the Chinese internet's also been very skeptical, because they were using a post of like some young children coming there, and they were wearing a banner saying free hot water.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you could see behind the banner was a QR code for payment, that type of thing.
By the way, you wonder why those fires are happening, like cars are catching on fire. Well, maybe you shouldn't build giant fires in the middle of the road. But I get it. You got to keep warm.
Yes.
I get it.
So look, just to wrap this whole thing up is, we're dealing with like quite a massive tragedy here of people getting stuck on the side of the road and stuck in these horrible storms for days at a time.
Yeah.
Having to sit without moving an inch for days, and having to survive off of buying hot water for their instant noodles and whatnot from like local villages and things like that. It's not ideal. And of course, it's an embarrassment for the Chinese government, because, hey, they just don't know how to deal with these situations, right? At least efficiently. So they have to make that propaganda, which we showed you in the beginning, where they throw the snow to try and recreate the scene of a harsh winter environment where the
It is
police
harsh
person,
too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, but they obviously didn't go help
the
them when it
time.
was actually harsh,
When
because
people
it'd be too harsh for them to go out, right?
Exactly.
They have to recreate
Dude,
that.
that's why they have CCP officials photoshopped floating on the road, because they don't actually show up.
They don't want to go
They're not
there.
going to go out in the snow.
No.
That's not why they worked their way up to the top of the government.
No, they're not going to walk out to some village or something. Screw that.
No, they bribed too many people to get that job.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
have to do anything.
So anyway, let's just say everybody made it out safe here, and hopefully everybody did, or maybe there's still people out there right now, who knows. But the thing
terrible.
is, it's awful. And having lived through this ridiculous migration, and I once traveled during that time to a different province, and I will never ever do that again. I've got footage of how horrendous it was.
Yeah.
It's like the seventh layer of hell.
Yeah.
It's
so crazy.
It is standing room only, sardine packed everywhere. Everybody's being obnoxious. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody just can't wait to get back to their hometowns, and they're scrambling and doing whatever. It's madness. It's every man for himself. It's absolutely insane. But we'll get to that at another point. Now, say you make it home safe.
Yes.
Okay, you get to turn on the New Year Gala, which is, of course, this extravaganza. We talked about it before. And it's a variety shows. You've got, comedians, you've got music, you've got all this which is what you would expect for a nice Lunar New Year celebration or Chinese New Year celebration, right? But one thing that I think you will find missing from, let's say, a big Christmas gala, like, maybe there's a big Christmas show and they'll play like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then they'll
have Santa.
Yeah, they'll have Santa. They'll play something, give the holiday spirit, they'll, that kind of thing. What you don't normally find in big Christmas galas or New Year galas around the world is you don't find a massive military, soldiers doing things.
I mean, here's the deal. China has tried its utmost hardest to portray to the rest of the world that they're peace-loving and they just want to celebrate their own thing and leave them alone.
Yeah.
They don't get involved in international conflict.
Yeah.
But all they've been doing under the current leadership is promoting their military and just showing pure violent imagery.
Yeah, so here's a little excerpt from the New Year Gala last night. So if you happened to be watching the New Year Gala last night, this is part of the show. Okay, so we thought we'd play it for you quickly, and we'll stay in here. And they're just singing some nationalistic nonsense, and here we got our soldiers.
Remember, this is supposed to be your families together having warm snacks and
Yes.
watching, like, everyone's like, oh, it's so good to see
Yeah,
you again
yeah.
this year. This
Exactly.
is what they're watching
This
now.
is what's on TV.
This didn't used to be like this, by the
No.
way. This isn't normal.
No, and I mean, look, they got 3D fighter jets flying in there and synchronized dancing for some reason.
It's a show of force.
Yeah.
It's intimidation tactics for Taiwan. It's everything you can think of that's bad.
Yeah, and I mean, it's okay so far. I think, like, so far it's like whatever.
Yeah, but this is new, right? The gala is
Yeah.
supposed to be red and gold and warm and cozy, right? This is cold military propaganda.
Yeah, but I was saying it looks kind of okay but for now because it's just a bunch
Looks
of...
like a TikTok dance to me.
It does, but then suddenly, like, in the background, they've got war machines,
Yeah.
tanks
Yeah.
firing off, rounds, missiles,
missiles, dude.
like aircraft carriers, like,
Drills.
yeah, exactly, drills. Yeah, here's a secret. That's about as far as I'll ever get is drills.
Don't jinx it, dude.
Just like,
Don't jinx it,
yeah,
bro.
anyway. You
Bit
got
aggressive for a New Year's celebration.
yeah, it's explosions and I think
What are you trying to insinuate? Because the whole thing, again, it's this dual face thing.
Yeah.
We want to show the outside world that
Submarines.
we're so peaceful. Meanwhile, domestically, we're ready to go to war. Get ready, everyone.
this is my favorite, like launching ICBMs.
I mean, come on. This is
Yeah.
North Korea.
It is.
Remember, we said this a few years ago. China's going the direction of North Korea, and people are like, it's a bit harsh, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not anymore.
It's not.
No.
It's like, Happy New Year.
Happy
Let's
New Year.
fire
Let's
missiles at
ICBMs.
other countries and wipe them off the
Yeah.
face of the earth. Because that's what this imagery is right here. This
Needs
is not
more log
peace.
girls.
Yeah, we need more log girls. We need less like ICBMs
Less
firing.
ICBMs.
Yeah.
By the way they saturate that ICBM clip,
Yeah.
it almost looks beautiful. You see how that got cut off there?
Yeah.
It's like a beautiful pasture.
It is.
Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. It's not really like that.
No, it's actually ICBMs
Yes, it is. ICBMs to go and like murder innocent civilians around
in
the world.
Taiwan.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just it's kind of interesting how they kind of have them lifting up and going down like a little wave thing going on here.
Maybe the show of force is like good because they're just blowing all their like vigor here. Like, yeah, we're not gonna go invade because we did all our show for the
Yeah.
domestic populace, right?
Yeah, so everyone sees we're badass. We're
Yeah.
massive badass military.
So we're ready.
I was looking at this, right, and I thought this could do with a little bit of fixing.
Yeah. You mean sucking the water out of the ICBMs?
I thought let's make it accurate. is what I
Oh, okay.
thought.
Let's make it accurate.
So everybody, I'm gonna get us out of here. Let's make it accurate. Let's see what it really was supposed to be like.
Don't wanna be a fool for you.
Yeah.
Just another player in your game for two.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You may hate me, but it ain't no lie. It's all because of sunshine after the rain.
This is beautiful.
You're the
Yeah.
cure against my fear and my pain. 'Cause I'm losing my mind when you're not around. It's all
Yes.
it's all because of you. Now and forever, until the
Wonderful. How
time
good
is
is this?
Yeah, this is what it really is.
I'll be standing
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Much better.
Yeah, yeah. Bop, da, ba, do, bop, do, da, ba, do, bop, do, da, ba, do. Yeah, yeah. Bop, do, da, ba, do, bop.
Ek het jou kon help, Heksie. Ek het my huisie klaar geverf.
You're gonna have to translate that last bit. That was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it looks. It's that's what it really. Sorry, that's what it really is. You know, we have to be real here. Everybody sees China as like a very a threatening thing, right? The whole military might and we're going to do that. But in reality, it's literally just a synchronized boy band up there doing a performance,
and that's nice. If we do it, if you look at it like that, that's nice.
Yeah,
I
mean,
like that.
they put a lot of effort into that dance. You could tell they had to choreograph it. They all had to get together and do their boy band thing.
Yeah.
So, like, why not put it to the correct music?
If you just get rid of that green screen behind them about like the ICBMs full of water like taking off or whatever, then it's a beautiful, wholesome thing.
I honestly think that the Chinese military would make the world's biggest, most badass boy band ever.
It would be you could
just synchronize them into doing all those like girl,
because they already
do that kind of thing.
They already do that in those military parades.
Yes.
Imagine like a K-pop band of like 4 guys, but like 200 million.
Yes, dude. Just, the next time they have a big military parade, it should start out as normal, then it should just stop, and they should all turn to the camera and do like a boy band synchronized dance. I would approve.
Do you understand how much goodwill and soft power that would actually accomplish? And we gave them a powerful idea. We should retract that. I would draw that.
Oh, you withdraw that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We withdraw that because that's a good idea.
I withdraw that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I withdraw.
Honorable Matisa.
You don't think that's funny? You've got the blind guy sitting there, except the problem is he's playing on his phone. This really looks like it's supposed to be like sex dungeon with. I love this guy's hair though. That's
epic, right? That is quite the comb over.
Oh, so sad. Like there's no recovering that, right? Yeah. Yeah, like what? Look, he just
I like that he's like this.
He just
I'm gonna deliver this.
Single focus.
Yeah.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works